Long, long ago, beyond the clouds, where no human eyes could ever reach, there was a breathtaking and mysterious kingdom called Fairyland. It was a world full of sparkling streams, glowing trees, and flowers that shined like tiny stars. Every fairy had her own color and magical power. Some controlled the wind, some the rain, and others could make flowers bloom with a touch. But among them was one very different fairy, Noorani. Her wings were half golden and half silver, yet her magic never worked. Whenever she tried to use her powers, she failed. The other fairies often laughed and teased her. "You can never be a real fairy," they said. Noorani would smile sadly, but deep in her heart, a tiny light of hope still lived. One day, disaster struck Fairyland. The Dark Lord of Clouds, Zulwan, appeared and covered the entire kingdom in darkness. The fairies tried their best to fight him with their magic, but Zulwan's shadowy power was far too strong. When everyone lost hope, the Fairy Queen spoke. Only a fairy brave enough to travel into the dark forest and bring back the magical crystal can defeat Zulwan. All the fairies went silent. Then Noorani stepped forward and said softly, "I will go. I will bring back the crystal." Everyone stared in disbelief. The weakest fairy of all had taken up the most dangerous task. The Fairy Queen looked into Noorani's eyes and saw courage. She nodded and said, "Go, my child. May the light guide you." The forest was full of shadows and strange whispers. The ground was cold, the air heavy, and even the stars hid behind thick clouds. But Noorani kept walking, following her heart. Suddenly, far away in the darkness, she saw a faint shimmer, a soft golden light. She followed it until she reached a glowing cave. Inside floated a heart-shaped crystal, shining brighter than the sun. Noorani reached out her trembling hands, and the moment she touched the crystal, the entire cave exploded with light. Her wings glowed brilliantly, half silver, half gold, and she finally felt the true magic awakening within her. Noorani rose into the sky, her wings blazing with divine light. She faced Zulwan, whose eyes burned with fury. The battle between light and darkness began. Zulwan's shadows tried to swallow her glow, but Noorani's crystal shone even brighter. With one final surge of light, Noorani shattered the darkness. Zulwan's shadow melted away, and his evil vanished into the wind. Fairyland sparkled once again. The trees gleamed, the flowers danced, and laughter filled the air. The Fairy Queen placed the crystal crown on Noorani's head and said, "From today, you are the Fairy of Heart. For true magic lies not in power, but in kindness and courage." And so, the fairy once mocked for her weakness became the greatest hero in all Fairyland.